Good morning, everybody. We're going to be working on page 52 today. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at equivalent fractions, especially equivalent fractions that are, equivalency when it comes to decimal notation and fraction notation. We're going to be looking at decimals. We're going to be looking at its fraction, and we are going to be putting this in fraction notation, in decimal notation, expanded form, and we are going to look at these broken apart in expanded form and see how closely related they can be. This is going to give us a better understanding of our place value, especially looking at tens and ones, and looking at tenths and hundredths. So let's get into the first bit here. Let's get into the first couple, and you're soon going to realize that this is all place value for us. This is really helping us understand the place value and understanding how to write these numbers, how to write the fraction in expanded form. So let's work with the first one. We have 21 and 4/10. This is going to look like 21 and 4/10. The first one we're going to break this into fraction form. So I'm going to take every single place value. That means that my 10, I am multiplying 2 times 10. That's at 20. We are then going to add 1 times 1. That is, 21. You can see here that this is going to be my 20, this is going to be my 1. So 21. Working with a decimal first, know that. I'm working with a fraction first, know that. Now, I'm going to add the fraction, so that 4/10. So I know I'm doing 4 times 1/10. And that is 4/10. And so this would equal 21 and 4/10. Okay? Now as the decimal, this is where it gets a little easier for us, because we can do the whole 2 times 10 plus 1 times 1 plus, and this is where we're going to be doing the decimal. So 4 times 0 and 1/10. This will equal 20. This will equal 1, and this will equal 0 and 4/10, which would equal 21 and 4/10. Okay? We are just showing equivalency and is showing expanded form. Let's try the next one. We have 38 and 9/10. So this is going to, 9 hundredths, and this is going to look like 30. This will look 38 whole and 9 hundredths. Okay? So for this one, we're going to break the 3 tenths, we're going to break the 8 ones, and we're going to do this in expanded form. So we are going to be doing this as 3 times 10, which is 30. Okay? Plus, and we're going to do the ones. 8 times 1. Which is 8. And now, time for the hundredths piece. We are going to do 9 times 100ths. And that'll give us 9 hundredths. What does this equal? Well, this equals 38 and 9 hundredths. Perfect. Now let's do this in decimal form. Same thing. We're going to do this in decimal form here. So 3 times 10, that equals 30. Sorry, trying to stay with the same ink here. And then we'll have 8 times 1 is 8. And then our decimal is going to be 9 times 0 and 100ths. So added, multiplied, it's going to equal, it's going to equal 900ths. When we add all these together, it's going to be 38 and 900ths. All right? I want you to try doing the next one. So 50 and 200ths. I want you to try doing that one on your own. And what we can do is I'll show you the answer. So I want you to do this one on your own, this next one. Try doing this one on your own. All right, so pause the video and try doing this one on your own. And I'll show you and you can check your work. All right, so now that you paused, let's do this one together. So we have 50 and 2/10. So as a mixed number, it's going to look like this. 50 and 2/10. Now we're going to multiply, so 5 times 10 to make that 50, right? Because it is in the tens place. We're going to add, but we have no ones. I mean, it's 0 here, so we have nothing to multiply for there. So we're just going to do the fraction. So 2 times 1/10. And when we add these together, it's going to give us our answer here. All right, next let's do the decimal. So 5 times 10 again. That equals 50. Nothing in the 1, so we're just going to do the decimal. So 2 times 0 and 1/10. Oh, sorry. And boom. And that gives us 50 and 2/10. Perfect. All right, I'm going to do this last one for you, the 301 and 700ths in expanded form. You're going to want to save some space here. It's going to be pretty long in expanded form. So let's start with the fraction. So it's going to be 301 and 7/100ths. We're going to start with the hundredths place value, okay? So we're going to do 3 times 100 here. And that equals 300. That makes a lot of sense for us. We're then going to we're going to do the ones because we have a 0 in the tens. So we don't need to do that. It's going to be 1 times 1, which is 1. And then we have 7/100ths. And that equals 301. Actually, that wasn't that bad. Wasn't bad at all. Okay, I want you to try doing the decimal. Please try doing the decimal on your own, knowing that we're multiplying by hundreds. So try doing the decimal on your own. So pause this video real quick and complete that by yourself. Alright, so we're going to be doing the same thing here. 3 times 100 is 300. And then 1 times 1 is 1. And then we're going to be working with the decimal. So 0 and 100ths. We have 301 and 700ths. Awesome. Okay. I want you to try the rest. So 620 and 80 hundredths or 8 tenths, and 808 hundredths. So I want you to do those on your own. I'm going to check those for your exit ticket today. So I want you to try these on your own. Okay. All right. Have a fantastic day, everybody. I hope that you learned a little bit about expanded form and finding fraction notation and decimal notation.